How to choose a good Mandarin class in Hong Kong. Teacher. A teacher spends a lot of time with students every day. The influence of teachers on students should not be underestimated. Every parent hopes that all the children meet at school are good Mandarin teachers. But if you ask what kind of teacher is a good teacher, different people have different answers. However, if we only judge from the details of how teachers and students get along, it is easy for us to know which ones are good teachers. First of all, a good teacher should be able to trust students and inspire their enthusiasm for learning, not just help students improve their grades. Children's enthusiasm for learning must grow from within themselves, so that it cannot be easily extinguished due to external pressure. The process of growing up is a process of gradually gaining autonomy, so when one feels that one has the ability to grow, one will continue to retain enthusiasm. Location. I don't know when it started, but choosing a house close to the school has been haunting home buyers. With the increasingly fierce social competition, parents don't hesitate to spend a lot of money to buy real estate near a prestigious language school in order to keep their children on the starting line of education. In order to allow children to receive a good education, school district housing is generally 20% higher than other housing listings. Although it is expensive, it is also a decisive factor for a large number of home buyers to buy a home. Address is a condition that must be considered when choosing a language school. The distance of the address also directly affects the enthusiasm of learning. Places that are too far away may have inconvenient transportation, which will cause troubles during and after class. Because the language school is too far away, students will feel very tired, so if you have a choice, it is best to choose a language school that is closer to home or work. This saves time, and secondly makes students feel more relaxed and reduces the chance of being late. Fee. Tuition fee is an important factor for some students to choose a Mandarin language school. But tuition fees should not be increased to stimulate students to study hard. If a student wants to study hard, there is no need to urge him. If he does not want to study hard, even if the tuition fee is increased, it will be of no effect. The school should formulate detailed plans for students' study and life, and teachers should supervise students. At the same time, they should also provide assistance and education to guide students to success. Many college students now go to school are children of poor families. Originally, college tuition fees need to be paid by loans. If the tuition fees are increased, otherwise the poor students will be discouraged and dare not go to school because the tuition fees are too high, which increases the burden on the students' families. This is obviously unaffordable for some families. It is true that many students in difficulties have completed their studies through government assistance, and the contradiction of not being able to go to school has been alleviated, but the contradiction has not been fundamentally resolved. The fact that college students cannot afford to go to school has not been completely eliminated. Some students can't find a job after completing their studies through loans or have a meager salary, which makes it difficult to repay the loan. Learning material. Choose a set of good learning material is crucial when you learn languages. Learning methods vary from person to person. Others' methods may not be suitable for you. First of all, you must know your own level, strengths, shortcomings, what you need to improve, and what is the purpose of learning English, work needs, reading needs, pure belonging to language lovers, etc. Different basics and needs have different methods of learning English. Most of us have experienced compulsory education, teaching us how to take exams. No matter what the purpose of learning English is, it is ultimately to be applied. Since you want to apply, you must give yourself more opportunities and environment for listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Schedule. Everyone actually has a different optimal learning time, and different time choices usually lead to two diametrically opposed results: understanding and half knowledge. Due to the habits formed in school, many people never try to find the best time for reading and study of their day. So how do we find our best learning time? That is to try to read at different times, because each of us has ups and downs in the learning effect at each time period. Some people find that their best time to study is between 5 a.m. and 9 a.m., while others like to study at night, such as 7 to 9 p.m. Some people are used to studying later in the morning or early afternoon. Does the lack of concentration and poor reading performance have anything to do with time? The answer is yes. Generally, people have the best memory effect in the morning, and the learning effect of being easily sleepy at 12 noon is halved, and the brain's analytical ability increases at night. To find your best learning time, all you need to do is to conduct small experiments to test the learning effect at different time periods. Through this method you can find your best study time.